Your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Even if you've applied before, they may be eligible now. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Deep Dive. Now, today we're going to be looking at this really interesting product I found.
Oh, yeah.
On idplr.com, and it's called 300 Plus Ways to Make Money with GPT.
Okay.
And I don't know about you, but I mean, when I saw 300 plus ways to make money, I was like, okay, I got to at leleast look at this.
Right. Who wouldn't be interested?
Especially these days, right?
Yeah.
With everybody talking about AI and online businesses and all that.
Yeah, it seems like it's really, a hot topic right now, and this is a product that's kind of right in the middle of it.
Exactly. So let's just jump right in here. The product's listed as an ebook or like a guide, and it says it was released on June 14th, 2024.
Okay.
Is that recent enough? I mean, things move so fast these days.
That's a good question. In the AI world, things change like every single day, it seems like. So,
yeah.
June, it seems recent, but is it?
Yeah.
GPT technology is constantly evolving.
Right.
But I guess the thing to think about is that the basic ideas of online business and marketing, those things don't really change all that quickly.
Yeah. So maybe it's more about those core principles than the specific tools.
I think that's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where I think these 300 plus methods that they're talking about really come into play. The product description talks about everything from using GPT-based tools for writing content to e-commerce strategies, SEO optimization, even email marketing.
Wow.
It's a lot of stuff.
It really does feel like they're trying to appeal to like everyone who's even remotely interested in making money online.
Yeah.
From people who are really into tech to people who are, marketing experts and everything in between.
I think you're absolutely right. It does seem like they're trying to cast a wide net and see, who they can bring in.
Well, let's get into some of these methods here. What are some of the ones that stood out to you as being particularly interesting or maybe relevant to what's going on today?
Well, one that I saw that seemed really interesting was this idea of using GPT to actually write like personalized email sequences for marketing.
Yeah.
So you can imagine, you've got AI that can craft these compelling emails and they're tailored to each person who's subscribed to your list.
Oh.
And that could really increase your open rates, your click-through rates, all of that.
That's a really powerful use of this technology.
It really is.
And speaking of automation, the product description also mentions using GPT for social media content.
Yeah.
Could this be the future of content creation? Like, are we going to see AI writing everything and humans just doing the strategy and editing?
It's possible. I mean, we're already seeing AI tools being used to create all sorts of stuff, blog posts, social media captions, you name it.
Yeah.
But I think the key is to use these tools in a smart way. Make sure the content is still engaging and feels human.
Right.
Because AI can help, but it can't replace us entirely.
That's a really important point.
Yeah.
And it's something I kind of want to throw to the listeners, too. How comfortable are you with using AI tools in your own work?
Yeah.
Do you see them as a threat or an opportunity? What do you think?
It's all about how you look at it and how you adapt to the changing world, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, another thing about this product that I thought was interesting was this whole private label rights thing.
Right.
Or PLR.
Yeah.
Can you explain what that is? I think some of our listeners might not be familiar with that term.
Sure. Basically, PLR means you get the right to change the product and then resell it as your own.
Okay.
So you could take this ebook, make a few changes, add your own ideas or bonus content even, and then sell it as if you created it.
So it's like you're getting a ready-made business.
Exactly. Like it's all set up and ready to go.
That sounds pretty appealing, especially for someone who's new to online business and maybe doesn't want to start from scratch.
Definitely. But there are some potential downsides.
Okay. What are those?
Well, one thing to think about is what happens if everybody who buys this ebook with the PLR decides to resell it?
Oh, I see.
You could end up with a market that's flooded with basically the same product.
Right. So it might be harder to stand out.
Yeah, and it might be harder to find buyers.
So it's not just a matter of buying the ebook and then sitting back and watching the money roll in.
No, definitely not. Even with PLR, you got to put in the work. You got to know how to market it.
Yeah.
And you got to find a way to make your product different from all the others.
So who exactly is this product for? Who do you think would benefit the most from this 300 plus ways to make money with GPT?
Well, it seems like they're trying to appeal to just about anyone who's interested in online business, digital marketing using AI. So that could be people who are just starting out.
Yeah.
It could be experienced marketers who are looking for new ideas. It could even be people who already have businesses and want to figure out how to use AI.
Yeah, it definitely taps into that whole idea of passive income and making money online.
For sure.
And it seems like AI is being presented as this like quick solution.
Yeah, but I think it's important to be a little bit skeptical when you see promises like that.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, the internet is full of opportunities, but there are also a lot of scams out there.
So you got to be careful.
And you got to think critically and do your research and figure out what your goals are and what you're actually capable of doing.
That's really good advice. So let's talk a little bit more about GPT itself and how it's actually being used to make money online.
Right.
For our listeners who might not be as familiar with the technology, can you give us like a simple explanation of what GPT is and how it works?
Sure. GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer.
Okay.
It's a type of artificial intelligence that can understand and generate human-like text.
Wow.
So you can think of it like a really advanced writing assistant that can help you create all sorts of content, blog posts, marketing copy, social media updates, even code.
That's incredible. It sounds like GPT could totally change the way we create content and automate things online.
Wow.
But how does that actually translate into making money?
Well, one way is that it can help you create high-quality content really quickly.
Okay.
Which means you might not need to hire as many writers, and you can save time and money.
Right.
It can also help you personalize your marketing messages, create chatbots for customer service, and even come up with new content ideas.
So it's basically a tool that can make you more efficient and help you do more.
Exactly. And as GPT gets better and better, we're going to see even more ways to use it for online business.
So it's just going to keep getting more and more powerful.
I think so.
Now let's get back to this specific product, 300 plus ways to make money with GPT. They say they offer all these different methods.
Yeah.
But how do we know if they actually work?
That's where critical thinking comes in. We got to look past the catchy title and really dig into the methods they're talking about.
Okay.
Are they realistic? Do they make sense for today's market? And most importantly, have they been proven to actually work?
So it's not just about how many methods there are, it's about whether they're actually good methods.
Exactly. 300 plus ways to make money might sound impressive, but if most of those methods are outdated or impractical or just don't work, then the product isn't really valuable.
And that's what we're going to be exploring in the next part of our deep dive. We're going to take a closer look at some of the specific methods in this ebook, analyze their potential, and discuss how you, our listeners, can evaluate these opportunities and figure out if they're right for you.
You know, it's kind of fascinating to think about, like, how would these 300 plus methods actually work in the real world? Like, are we talking about making a few extra bucks, or could you actually build a whole business using these things?
That's a great question. And I think it really comes down to, like, who they're targeting with this product.
Yeah.
You know, are they aiming it at people who just want to make a little side income, or are they saying you can make a serious living with this?
Well, from what I've seen on the idplr.com website, it looks like they're kind of going after a pretty wide range of people.
Yeah.
I mean, they have all sorts of ebooks and courses on there about everything from social media marketing to weight loss. And some of them you can only use for yourself. Some of them you can resell, and then there's this one with the PLR where you can even modify it and sell it as your own.
It's like they're building a whole ecosystem of digital products with different levels of access and opportunity.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
But let's get back to this 300 plus ways to make money with GPT thing. We talked about some pretty cool uses for GPT, like personalized emails and content creation. What are some other methods that you thought were interesting?
One that stood out to me was using GPT to actually write code for simple web applications or plugins.
Oh, wow.
Like, imagine being able to create a basic website or a Chrome extension without having to know a lot about coding.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
That could be huge for people who have great ideas, but maybe they're not so tech savvy.
Yeah, it's like taking those website builders that let you drag and drop stuff without writing any code and taking it to the next level.
Exactly. And it really shows how AI can make it easier for anyone to become an entrepreneur online. You know, you don't need to be a coder anymore to create a website or a simple app. You can use these AI tools to do the technical stuff while you focus on the business side of things.
Now, another method they mentioned in the product description is using GPT to create scripts for YouTube videos or online courses. This seems like a pretty popular use for AI, but I'm curious about the limitations. Can AI really capture the nuances of human storytelling and teaching?
That's a good question. And I think there are definitely some limitations. While GPT can generate text that sounds like a human wrote it, it's still limited by the data it's been trained on.
Right.
It can't really replicate the creativity or the humor or the emotion that makes human content so engaging.
So maybe it's more of a starting point, a way to get past writer's block or come up with a basic outline?
I think that's a good way to look at it. It's more of a collaborative tool. You can use GPT to generate a rough draft or a structure, and then you can add your own personality and expertise and insights to make it really shine.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's about combining the best of AI and human intelligence.
Right.
To create something truly valuable.
And that brings up an important point for our listeners. When you're looking at these 300+ methods, you got to think about your own strengths and weaknesses. What are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? Which methods would be a good fit for you?
Yeah, it's about finding that sweet spot where AI can help you do what you're already good at even better.
And help you reach your goals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whether it's creating content, building websites, or automating your marketing.
But it's important to remember, AI is a tool. It's not going to do everything for you.
It's not a magic bullet.
You still got to put in the work and be dedicated and be willing to adapt and learn.
Now let's talk about the release date of this ebook, June 14, 2024. In the world of AI, where things change so fast, is that even recent enough to be considered relevant? Or could some of these methods already be outdated?
That's a really good point. And it's something that anyone who's thinking about buying this product should definitely consider.
Yeah.
I mean, the basic principles of online business don't change all that much. But the specific tools and strategies can change pretty quickly. What worked 6 months ago might not work today.
So how can our listeners figure out if these methods are still up to date?
Well, one thing you can do is look for what other people are saying. Are there other reputable sources talking about these methods? Are there case studies or testimonials from people who have actually used them and gotten results?
So it's about looking beyond what the product description says and seeing if there's any proof that these things actually work.
Exactly. And it's also worth looking into the author or the creator of the product.
Okay.
Do they have a good reputation in this field? Are they active in the AI and online business communities?
It's like checking someone's credentials before you take their advice.
Exactly. You want to make sure they know what they're talking about.
Now, speaking of expertise, let's talk a little bit more about different online business models. We've been talking about all these different ways to make money online, but what are some of the underlying business models that these methods fit into?
That's a great question. And understanding the bigger picture of online business models can really help people figure out which methods are right for them.
Right.
One common business model is affiliate marketing, where you promote other people's products or services and earn a commission on each sale you make.
Okay.
This can be a great way to start an online business without having to invest a lot of money up front because you don't have to create your own products.
So you could use GPT to write content that promotes affiliate products and then drive traffic to those websites and earn commissions.
Yeah, exactly. And with GPT's ability to create personalized content, you could tailor your recommendations to different groups of people, which could help you make even more sales.
Now, another popular online business model is e-commerce, where you sell physical or digital products through an online store. How does GPT fit into that model?
GPT can help with all sorts of things in e-commerce. It can write product descriptions, create marketing copy, and even handle customer service interactions through chatbots. It can basically make the whole e-commerce process more efficient and free up time for business owners to focus on other important tasks like developing new products and coming up with marketing strategies.
So it's about using AI to make an already successful business model even better.
Exactly. And then there's the model of selling digital products, which is what this 300+ ways to make money with GPT product is all about.
Right.
Ebooks, online courses, software tools. These are all examples of digital products that you can create and sell online.
And with the PLR option, buyers have the chance to not only learn from the product, but also resell it and make money from it.
Right. It's like a double opportunity.
But as we talked about earlier, you got to be aware of the potential downsides, like market saturation, and you got to find a way to make your product stand out from the crowd.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, what's the main thing you want our listeners to remember about online business models and the role of AI?
That's a good question. What do you think?
I think the most important thing is that AI is not a replacement for good business sense. It's a tool that can help you improve and grow your business, but it's not going to magically make you successful.
It's not a shortcut.
You still need to understand your target market, you need to create valuable products or services, and you need to know how to market and sell those things effectively.
AI can help you do all of those things better, but it can't do them for you.
And that brings us to the next part of our deep dive, where we're going to take a closer look at some specific examples from these 300+ methods, and we'll talk about how our listeners can evaluate these opportunities and see if they're a good fit for them.
Okay, so let's really dig into these 300+ methods now. We've talked about GPT and online business in general, but I want to get specific. What are some of the methods that really stand out to you?
Well, one that I thought was pretty interesting was using GPT to analyze market trends and find those little niches that are really profitable.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine you could just type in some keywords or topics and the AI would go through all this data and tell you which areas have high demand and low competition.
That would be incredible.
It would be like having your own team of market researchers working for you 24/7.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to guess anymore. You'd know exactly what to focus on.
And it's not just about finding niches, it's also about understanding what customers are thinking and feeling and even predicting future trends.
Wow.
GPT can analyze social media conversations, reviews, forum posts, all of that stuff.
To see what people are talking about.
Yeah, and figure out what's going to be popular in the future.
So it's like having a crystal ball for your business.
Kinda, yeah. It's about using the power of AI to make smarter decisions.
Yeah, another method that caught my eye was using GPT to create really targeted ad campaigns. You know, there's so much noise online these days.
Yeah.
It's hard to get people's attention. Could GPT be the answer to that?
It could be. GPT can analyze all sorts of data about people, like their demographics, their browsing history, their social media activity, and then create ads that are specifically designed to appeal to them.
So instead of seeing generic ads that don't really mean anything to you, you'd see ads that are actually relevant to your interests.
Exactly. And that would be good for everyone. Advertisers would get the results, and consumers would see ads that they actually care about.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, and it shows how AI can make the whole online experience more personalized and more enjoyable.
Now, we've been talking a lot about the good stuff.
Yeah.
But let's be real. Are there any downsides to using GPT in this way? Are there any ethical concerns?
That's a really important question, and I think it's something we need to think carefully about. AI has a lot of potential, but we need to make sure we're using it responsibly. One concern is bias.
Oh, okay.
AI algorithms are trained on data. And if that data is biased, the algorithm can actually make things worse.
So if GPT is trained on data that reflects existing prejudices and stereotypes,
right,
it could end up creating content or making decisions that are unfair or discriminatory.
Exactly. That's why it's so important for the people who develop and use AI to be aware of these biases and try to correct them.
It's a reminder that AI is a tool. And like any tool can be used for good or for bad.
Right.
It's up to us to make sure it's used in a way that benefits everyone.
And another ethical issue is transparency. As AI gets more and more complex, it can be hard to understand how it's making decisions.
Yeah, that's true.
And that lack of transparency can lead to mistrust and make it difficult to hold AI systems accountable.
So we need to understand the limits of AI.
Yeah.
And be critical thinkers and ask questions.
Exactly. We need to be informed consumers of AI. We need to demand transparency and advocate for responsible development and use.
Okay, so let's bring it back to this 300+ ways to make money with GPT product. If someone is interested in this, what are some things they can do to make sure it's legitimate and a good fit for them?
First of all, I would say be skeptical of anything that promises you'll get rich quick.
Yeah, there's a lot of that out there.
The internet is full of scams, so do your research, read reviews, and look for evidence that supports their claims.
Don't just take their word for it.
Right. And beyond the marketing hype, think about your own goals, your skills, your resources. What are you trying to achieve? Are you willing to put in the time and effort to make these methods work?
Because even with AI, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, success takes work. And you also need to consider the cost of the product and whether it's worth the money. Does it offer information that you can't find anywhere else? Does it provide support and guidance to help you actually use these methods?
It's about making a smart decision.
And finally, don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah, that's a good point.
There are so many resources out there for entrepreneurs and online business owners. Connect with other people in your industry, join online communities, and find a mentor or a coach if you need one.
Building a successful business can be tough, but you don't have to do it alone.
Exactly. There are lots of people who are willing to help and support you.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into 300+ ways to make money with GPT, what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from all of this?
I think the most important thing to remember is that AI is a powerful tool that can change the way we work and live, but it's not a magic solution. Success in online business or anything else in life takes knowledge, skill, hard work, and a little bit of luck.
And it's about approaching these new technologies with curiosity, a willingness to learn, and a healthy dose of skepticism.
Exactly. Embrace the opportunities that AI offers, but be smart about it, be ethical, and focus on creating something truly valuable.
Well said. And on that note, we'll leave you with this final thought. The future of online business is being shaped by AI, and it's up to each of us to decide how we'll navigate this exciting and ever-changing world. So keep learning, keep experimenting, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Until next time, happy diving.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.